Hey everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Thamarr of Musings of a Curvy Lady, and on today's segment of Tea with Thamarr, I have a special guest, my friend Carla. Hi Carla.
Hi.
Carla's of the blog The Curious Natalia, and we just wanted to kind of just hang out and talk about social media, because that's kind of how we met. And there's definitely some pros and cons of social media in this picture perfect Instagram filtered world. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about some things that we go through and how we overcome them. So if you're interested in hanging with us on the couch, please keep watching. I guess we could just start off with giving a little background on how we met. Do you remember exactly? I know it was through social media. I found you through ModCloth.
Yes.
She was posted. She had this adorable outfit on ModCloth.
And then we met at
And then we actually met at your event.
No.
No?
It was Whitney wasn't there.
Whitney's event. Okay.
Yeah.
Our other friend Whitney, also follow her. I'll put her handle also below. Yeah, it was at Whitney's event.
Yeah.
And then it was like,
love at first sight, girl.
Vlogger friends. Mm-hmm. Why don't we go ahead and get started with how you got started with blogging?
Well, a few years ago, many friends said that I should start a blog, pretty much. But I really was scared because I didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
I feel I'm not good with words, or I think I am not good with words. So 2013, right after I got married, my friend opened a blog for me. After discussing names, and she opened the blog, made me an email.
Who came up with the name?
We did.
Oh, okay.
Because I wanted Natalia, that's my middle name, and I love it. But we're trying to come up with, like, I guess, adjectives about how I am. And I guess crazy Natalia didn't sound good.
Which is true, but curious is very cute.
Thank you. And that's how it started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same with me. Like, I didn't know what I was doing either, and I still don't. But my brother opened up this little blogger account for me, and I just started writing and taking photos. And my brother, love you, Jeff, but he was my photographer for the first like 2.5 years.
My tripod was my photographer.
Yeah, and he definitely had the glow up. Much better now, but I appreciate you, Jeff. You got me through those first couple of years. Okay, so social media. It has its pros and its cons. What are some things that you love, hate about social media and blogging?
I love meeting people, like actually like connecting, not just through comments, like actually messaging back and forth and actually getting to create friendships that I hopefully meet one day. What I hate, it can consume your life because you want to be there all the time,
Right.
refreshing all the time, and of course we tend to compare ourselves, and that kind of brings everything down, personally and professionally.
Yeah, comparison, I agree, is like the killer of joy. And I struggled with that too. And that's how we met. I mean, I love that I can do that, and every time I travel, somehow I meet someone through social media, and it's like super genuine and awesome to connect. But I completely agree with the all-consumingness of it. That's definitely a risk in having to have balance, because social media and being a blogger doesn't have like a 9-to-5 job.
No.
You kind of just like are doing this all the time, and you're a full-time mom, I'm a full-time nurse, I have other responsibilities, and I wish I could connect more, and that's one thing that I struggle with my followers, because my sleep cycle is different. Like when people are commenting, I'm usually asleep, and I have an app to schedule my posts, so because I'm sleeping during when people are like on Instagram. So when I get up and I see all the comments, and I'm just like, I get overwhelmed like with all the comments and everything, and I just want people to think that like, oh, she's like, but please say hi if you ever see me. I'm really nice, and I just think it's very important to realize it's not picture perfect.
Yeah.
That's what I hate about
No.
social media. People really think that this is real life, and it's a part of me.
Yeah.
It's not all of me. I know I'm putting myself out there,
Yeah.
and when you put yourself out there, you're getting judged. But when people who don't really know all of you and they say mean things, like I have pretty tough skin, and I usually just roll my eyes with it, but I just don't understand how people can take time out of their day to be so hateful. Even strong people, you know, they're not strong 100% of the time.
Yeah.
And social media might not always reflect that, because talking about, you know, depression or social anxiety or anything like that isn't pretty. You know, it's not pretty.
Yeah. For sure.
Like, how do you fit that in an Instagram box? So I find that I struggle with that, but I love the connecting like you. I love being able to connect with you guys, and that's why I kind of started this channel, because I felt that my writing and Instagram was limiting how I was connecting with you guys and how you guys saw me. So I kind of wanted to start the channel so we can talk.
Yeah, and I also think Instagram is our creative outlet, so
Yeah.
most of the pictures is just us being creative.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's not even our personal life, it's just us, our creative.
Exactly. I love
outlet.
that.
So-
I love that.
Because we work full time and we need something to like actually be ourselves.
And everyone that I usually talk to who is a blogger or a social influencer, they have a full-time job that's completely unrelated to Instagram or beauty or fashion.
Yeah.
They do it as their creative outlet. I couldn't agree more. What's one thing that people may not know about you?
That I'm Puerto Rican, I'm just kidding. My first language
Really?
is Spanish. I'm just kidding.
Entonces, ¿verdad?
Sí. Sí. Hola. One thing, because they see me as a Hispanic, crazy, always happy, I struggle with depression and anxiety. So I really don't show it. So just a few people know or see it. People might know, but they don't actually see my true.
The
like,
debilitating part of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing a lot of people don't know or are surprised to find out.
Yeah, I think even when if you follow Carla, she talks about it very candidly, about your depression and anxiety, and I think it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Because it made me open up a little bit about when I struggle, and I take breaks. Like, if you don't see me, I ghost for
I do
like
too.
2 weeks at a time, because, you know, life happens, and depression can be very debilitating, and it might not look like this.
No.
You know, we're not the poster. And people are like, what do you guys got to be depressed about? You have a great job, beautiful home, beautiful baby. Why are you so depressed? But everyone suffers differently, or interprets and copes differently. And it's a mental illness. You know,
that's why
it's a mental
we are
emotional.
judged mostly because people think it's an emotional
Right.
thing that we just emotionally want to be sad. No, I can wake up one day and it's just my body is depressed.
Yeah.
You know, anxiety comes out. It's not like I'm sad about something specific, or, you know,
Yeah.
it just brings you down, and then that's where emotions come
Exactly.
to play, I feel.
And I think you talking about it helps break down the stereotypes of what depression is. And I remember it was very moving. It was on Facebook, of all things. Like, Facebook comes through sometimes, and like,
many stories.
oh my gosh, I like find myself like constantly like crying, like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. But there was this like minute video about depression, and it was about this girl who comes into the office. She physically looks depressed, like she just looks sad and like really like upset, and every day her coworker, who's her cubicle partner, would be like, hi, good morning, how are you? And she'll be like, fine, you know, like, and then they do that like for 5 days straight. And then that Friday, the girl comes in, and her coworker isn't there, and her other coworker comes up to her and is like, did you hear about so-and-so? She committed suicide. And it was just like, I did not see that coming, because it was such a great teaching video of how you would have thought the really depressed one was the one who looked physically depressed and had that all the physical characteristics, but it was the bubbly one. It was the one who was functionally, she was functioning with her depression for so long before it took over. And it was just really, really eye-opening, because you never know what people are going through. You never know the struggle behind the smile. I'm not picture perfect, I struggle with body image and, my past relationships, everything, life, and we all have, those things that can be debilitating, but being positive, having the blog is an outlet for me to help be positive, and that helps counteract those feelings. What's a misconception about bloggers or social media influencers that you would want people to really know? I guess we kind of touched base on that a little bit.
That we have feelings too.
Yeah.
I guess, that we have feelings too. We have a life too. It's not just taking pictures.
Yeah.
So I guess that, I'm not sure, trying to think.
I think one misconception is not everybody's how they seem.
Oh yeah, of course.
I
was,
I read blogs and followed people for years before I became a blogger, and you have this perception of people because of how they write and their photos and everything, and you kind of feel like you're friends with them.
Yeah.
Awkward.
We stop.
Right. But then when you meet someone in person and they're not how they are, that's the most disappointing. For me, that was like the most disappointing thing to realize, because I try to be like authentic, and I love when people say like, oh my gosh, Thamarr, you're like this in real life, and I'm like, yeah, like, what do you expect me to be? But that was the most disappointing. And it was like kind of like a kid being told like Santa Claus doesn't exist, or the Easter, like, you just like take the rug, the floor underneath them, because I was just like, oh my gosh, I was like so disappointed. The next question: do you feel the pressure to maintain a certain lifestyle for social media?
I think so, because I feel like I always have to be picture ready. Like everything has to be a picture, but
Instagram ready.
I can't. That's why I take pictures of my house. Outside details. I think that, and then of course comparing, we try to like, lifestyles, I guess, or styles. So I'm learning to just be true to myself. Like, this is what I like. I don't care if people don't like it, or like style-wise, not like personal-wise, of course. So, and I have to change a lot because I have a baby now. So I feel like
the cutest baby.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, Atticus is so cute.
We'll be here next time.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I love like the fact that you are balancing all of this, and no, you seriously, because like I see bloggers who like do all this stuff, and then they have kids on top of that, and they still are able to like manage it, and you manage it beautifully. And I know you struggle with a lot of things. But you do it in such a beautiful way, and she's really a beautiful person.
Thank you.
And when you put yourself out there in social media, you kind of have this. People probably have this idea you have like a ton of friends, and
nope.
No. Like no. And that's one thing that
acquaintance.
You have a lot of.
Okay, you say it because I don't know how
acquaintances. To say it. She could say it, but having real, true, genuine friends is something that doesn't come by, especially in this industry. So when people probably think I'm always turning up and I have like a bunch of people around me, and it's like not the case. I have like my solid people I can count on like one hand, and then like my blogging community like is very limited. But as far as like the question I just asked you about, feeling like the pressure, at first I did, like I felt like I had to buy this outfit, like this item, especially if it was really popular. But I was just like, girl, bye. I ain't got time and I don't have the money. I'm single. I work full time, like my money, I work hard for my money, and I don't have time to be chasing someone else. Like, I would just be running on an endless, like, hamster wheel, like, doing that. And I realized I don't even really like that. It was just something to, you know, post because...
And you used it once.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me.
And I want clothing I'm going to wear. Like, you've seen this in Seattle, and I'm wearing it in Jack. I'm wearing my clothes. I just wanted... Staying in my own lane has been so beneficial for my heart and peace of mind. And not only that, I think people who follow me respect that. I don't have, like, over 100,000 followers. I don't have, like... you know, this crazy, you know, Insta following that some of the big bloggers do. But I just feel it's organic and it's genuine. And staying in my own lane, like, people always ask me, how do you become a blogger? I'm just like, just do you. If you're passionate about it, you're going to be successful. If you have the right motivation and intention. So every time, like, my friends, my blogging friends that get really down because comparison kills joy, why did you start? Did you start because you wanted 100,000 followers? Did you start because you wanted free clothes? Like, why did you start? I wanted to start because I wanted to share my fashion and style with other women to help inspire them, because I felt that it was just very limited, like, what we were being displayed. Like, and if we were in fashion, it was just always like a pinup style. Like, plus size girls wear more than, like, pinups, like, dresses. I mean, that's cute, but it's not everything. So yeah, staying in your own lane, that's my advice, I guess. Do you make eye contact with people on the sidewalk? Like, do you initiate with a smile or anything like that?
Like in the supermarket or someone that's passing by you?
Yeah.
I try. I mean, I cannot not smile. I feel like even if I'm looking down, I'm smiling. I try, but, like, I feel like when I walk, I kind of initiate, but then kind of go down again because there's no one there.
Right.
So it depends on, like, the person, because I am looking on who's coming. Mm-hmm. But if I know it's not coming, I'm like, well, you know, that's like
the awkwardness of it all. Like, if there's no one there, like, okay.
Yeah, like, they don't look at me at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I try.
Yeah.
Or, like, if I'm walking around my neighborhood, I say good morning or something, you know, because that's not...
I think that's so important. Yeah. I just think, like, just give me a...
Yeah, because we're listening to something we're really can hear, so we're, like, I always kind of like something.
I had a neighbor, they just recently moved, but I thought, like, maybe they didn't hear me at first, and one time I was like, good morning. Nothing. I got nothing. And I was just like, okay, that is not nice. Huh. You don't see me? You don't see this? Not that I want, you know, not like that. But you don't see, I'm in person, you know? And especially going into work, that's, like, my pet peeve. Because these are your coworkers in essence, and you're sharing a sidewalk with a person. Like, it's just you and them. No one else. Mm-hmm. And I smile, and you look at me and look away. Oh. Mm-mm. I went ham on my IG stories, and I kind of was like, what is up with this? Like, I don't get it. Like, I just think it's rude. But then a lot of people responded. Your friend in Miami with the 2 babies,
Rebecca?
Adelaide. Yeah, Rebecca. She and I had, like, a long DM conversation about it, because she was just like, I'm really awkward, and, you know, like, it takes a lot. I'm trying to be better. You know, she's 30, I'm 30. And it's just like we're complete opposites. It gave me perspective, because I'm thinking of a person like me who's a smiler, who initiates, you know, eye contact. And if you don't give me that in response, like, I'm just like, what's wrong with you? But people deal with social interactions differently. Like, that could be so overwhelming for a person to make eye contact, and with me, I do it like nothing, like but for other people, it's very daunting. So it just gave me perspective, and yeah, that's one thing I learned this week. The more you know. So, last question. What's one thing you think we can do to maintain authenticity and reality in an Instagram perfect world?
I try to do it many times. You know, you post pictures and of whatever, but there's always a picture that I talk about myself. like I'm going through this, or
Mhm.
like, I mean, you don't have to be like super detailed.
Right.
Went to like, I don't know, but like, you know, like if anyone out there has struggling with the same thing, I feel like I want to be like, you're not alone, you know, many things, you know. So I try to do that sometimes, or like I feel like stories help.
Like your personal story, or like
yeah, no, like Instagram stories.
Instagram stories.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like it has helped
Oh yeah.
to know exactly how people are.
Oh, like that's what IG stories is.
Yeah.
To show the other side.
I love IG story because then I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
I hear your voice, you moving. I'm like, I feel like I'm next to you, kind of like. So I feel like posting, even though I don't post that much because I feel like I don't talk good. I have to retake it 20 times.
I do too, and I was born here. Like I'm constantly like, ask Natalia. Like there's so many bloopers. I can't wait for you guys to see the blooper reel, because this is actually the first time I've actually gone through a take. But I think because it's conversational, like I'm not actually like prepping to do like a video, but this has been the most easiest, like carefree video ever, and I'm so thankful that you came by and to talk and be open about this.
Oh yes.
I would love to have you back on my couch again. And if you guys really liked this video, please hit the like button and make sure that you subscribe to my channel. This helps bring me more, well, gives me opportunities to bring you more content, just like this with Carla. So if you like, subscribe, and share, that's always great. And if not, that's cool. You could still come back. But I guess I'll see you guys next time in my next video. But until then, stay lovely.